Welcome to the Few Lifestyle. Appreciate you come checking out my channel. My name's Eric, and first and foremost, I'm making this channel because I want to make changes in my life. Many people want to make changes in their life, whether it be personally, professionally, relationship-wise, financially, physically, all aspects of life that I want to make changes at. I see a higher version of myself that I'm just not at, and I want to make this channel just to hold myself accountable. Um, you know, Public speaking and being completely transparent to people is in my forte. So I figured no better way to overcome some of these fears is just documenting it and putting it out for the world to see. Because I know there's other people that are out there going through the same thing. We all kind of have our own trials and tribulations and outside forces. But when it comes to the common denominator and all our own issues, that common denominator is always us at the end of the day. Um, Things that we can control, we're not controlling, and I put my hand up and go to the front of the line on that one. And I just want to make those changes. Just simply put, I want to be here. I see myself, so much more, but just being stuck here, and it's all because it's just I don't have the consistency and the discipline to actually make those changes on a day in and day out basis. You know, we can all, we can read every book, we can talk to people with personal life experiences, but if we don't apply that information and and apply those applications that we've learned, into our day-to-day task and whatever that medium may be, we're gonna be stuck. Hell, that's my problem. Yeah, I can read books, I can listen to audio books. We all can be motivated for hearing a video, listening to a speech, but that motivation's only short-lived. It's going to be that discipline, that internal discipline, that internal fire that's going to help get us to that next step, whatever that case may be. Success is different in everybody's eyes. You know what I deem success in my own life is going to be different from what the next person deems a success, and that's great. There's no clear cut answer as for success in our own lives. We're the kings, the queens, the rulers of our own life. So we have to make the changes and do the things that we want to do to be the rulers of our own life. And many of us aren't. We let the minutia, the bullshit kind of take over us, detract us, and I'm tired of that. And that's no longer an excuse. We all have responsibilities. We all have our commitments that we have to do. We're disciplined to wake up every day, to go to work. Obviously, it's going to keep the lights on, put food on the table, but why don't we apply that same principle to the things that we really want to be doing, and we just fall through, man. It's just the lies that we tell ourselves. It's the bullshit that we spew to ourselves. That lack of integrity that we tell that person that we look in the mirror. You know, and that's been a long story for me. I'll talk a big game, but I fall through on a lot of my own commitments, and just as a man, that's one of the worst things that you can do. You know, when we set goals out, when we set benchmarks for things that we want to do, we should be able to go do it. It's not going to be easy. Nobody's saying that. I'm not telling you it's going to be, all peaches and cream, to that road to wherever, that mountaintop that you want to go to. But it's those bumps, it's those cuts that you get, those marks that you get on your body for getting there. That journey is always more importantly than the end game. But once you make it to that one goal, all those steps and obstacles that you had to overcome, you can start applying those to all different other aspects of your life. Currently I'm an LPN. I want to go back to school to get my BSN and become a midwife. Call it a mid-husband. Midwife sounds too femme, but that's another story for another day. But there's things that I want to do that I'm gonna do, and it's like I'm gonna put myself out there, transparent, and be transparent about it. I'm 35 years old, living here in Philadelphia, and I'm like at that midpoint of my life where, we get 80 years if we're lucky. Um, so no better time than the present to really go out here and then redefine this new chapter, this new version of ourselves. Because like I said, many people want to make changes, but it's seldomly do you see those people actually making those changes on a day in and day out basis. I feel like we constantly have to redefine ourselves as, whether it be a boyfriend, as a brother, not necessarily most solely family, but just being consistent, and actually having, communication, dialogue, and actually being there for the family. But, just from a personal and a professional standpoint, I think we constantly need to be redefining ourselves and, constantly doing the things that we need to do so we can do the things that we want to do. Um, you know, I'm just tired, man. Like simply put, I'm tired of telling people things and not going through with them. I'm tired of telling myself things and not going through with it. I know the potential that I have in myself. I could take 3 steps forward and then just fall down a rut and then be actually, worse than I started off. Life has a funny way of humbling you, but we have to, stop having this inflated ego of ourselves, really be humble about ourselves, and really be honest with that communication, that inner dialogue, and really know that same way we can talk ourselves out of something, we need to talk ourselves into something. And when those obstacles come, and they will come, that you lean into it. We don't back up, but we actually lean forward into it. And don't let those situations dictate us, which because ultimately will dictate the outcome. Most 9 out of 10 is going to be a negative one, or not the desired outcome that you want. So it's, I'm using this channel to document, all the things that I say that I'm going to do, and gonna fulfill it, and then having this, as a medium to, hold myself accountable. We all get tired, man. We all get tired. For those who this message resonates with, we all get tired of our own shit, man. We all get tired of having to, bend the knee to play by somebody else's rule. There's people out here killing it, really living life on their own terms, dictating how life comes at them. And why is that not you? Why is that not me? For each person, that's going to be an individual question, an answer that you're going to have for yourself. I know my thing. I know my response. I just lack consistency and discipline, and I plan on making those changes. My public speaking, like I said, isn't the best, but over the course of this channel, it will improve. So I appreciate that. So just bear with me. So if you have any questions, concerns, put them in the comments. I definitely, reach back, and gather up all the information, the insights that I've acquired and that I plan on applying on a day in and day out basis, that, we can help each other grow. This isn't necessarily about me, but, maybe helping those out around me. Whenever I decide to meet my maker, hopefully I live this world in a better place, and I kind of help more people than I hurt, because we all hurt people in this life, whether, we wanted to, or, intended or unintended. But yeah, this is the breaking point in my life here, where I feel like I have to make that change, and there's no looking back. No more, vices. No more just nonsense. No fluff. Like, if it's not about getting to where I need to get to, then it's just cutting it out of my life. Just really trimming the fat, and then just really forming those relationships, getting better, better relationships with my brother, my sister, my mother, my grandpa, physically hitting those benchmarks that I want to hit, because it really does start, especially your self-ego, your self-confidence, should I say. If you feel good about yourself, the way you look at yourself in the mirror, that's going to transform and translate into other aspects of your life. But not to keep you here for too long. Hope you stay and, you watch this journey, and, as I document it, and we can grow and we can all kind of help each other here. But remember, few people make changes. Let's be part of the few. Thank you. Peace.